44 former top U.S. government officials just signed an open letter to President Obama asking him to get rid of the embargo on Cuba. And they want him to eliminate all travel and financial restrictions. They want him to allow business support and satellite dishes and cell towers, and just all around allow westernization to set into Cuba. Of course, what was it, in 2009 or something like that Fidel stepped down and his brother, was the leader, and now his brother is a little bit more on the westernized side, not as big of a hardliner as Fidel was. And they also say that the changes should be used as leverage, quote, to help secure the release of jailed U.S. government contractor Alan Gross, who's serving a 15-year jail sentence in Cuba for trying to set up illegal internet connections. So think about that. Think about what they're asking for. The reason why we're still beefing with Cuba is that, what was it, in the 50s or the 60s, they kicked out our companies and went communist, and we're still mad at them? Like, what are we? Are we like a fighting fucking married couple or something like that? What are we, some fucking snarky, like, housewives of New Jersey or some shit? Yeah, well, you didn't accept my companies and you don't agree with my political ideology, so, Like, what is this? Is this really the conversation that we're having on a national level or an international level with politics? And remember, the arguments themselves collapse under their own weight, because if one of the main arguments is, they're communists, we can't do business with them. We do how much trade with China? China is a gargantuan communist country. And we pretend like, it's also because of the human rights violations in Cuba. That's why we can't, do anything with them, and we should have the embargo. But let me read you a list of some of our allies, okay? Saudi Arabia, the theocratic kingdom, okay? Women aren't allowed to drive. Women aren't allowed to vote. You can still get stoned to death if you're gay. We do business with them all the time, all right? One of the most repressive countries on earth. We're still like, no, that's our boy. What are you talking about? We love that place. Equatorial Guinea, all right, this is a dictatorship, and they brutally repress their society. The only reason why we're buddy-buddy with them is oil. Myanmar, Vietnam, Tajikistan, the list goes on. Turkey, these are all countries that have incredibly dubious human rights records violations. I mean, we do too, right? But the idea that we use that as one of the pillars of the arguments against doing business with Cuba or opening up the borders with Cuba and allowing trade and allowing, travel and all that stuff. It's just such a stupid argument.